Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to have some of this Mary Kitchen canned beef hash. And I already fixed it over here. Just took it off of the stove, tried to get it kind of brown like it said, but it didn't really seem to get that brown. And I cooked it a pretty good while. I can still hear it sizzling. So the first chapter will be this little meal here. The second part will be where I'm going to read some of the comments and reply to them. And the third chapter will be, what will it be? Something about, oh yeah, I think it's about people not having enough children now. Is this camera right? I don't know. Not sure. Well, let's go ahead. So this is nice and hot, so I'm going to have it right now. Reach over here and put a little bit on the plate. Here we are. And by the way, this is about half of the can. I'll keep this hot and get some more of that in just a little bit. Let's do the thumbnail, my simple thumbnail now. There we are. Okay, smile. You're on candid camera. Alrighty, let's check this out now. It's a pretty basic, simple dish. Here's what it looks like. There's no cross section here. It's just, it's just beef hash. I mean, hey, what can I tell you? And I really wanted to have some corned beef hash. And here's the cover. I guess it kind of resembles the cover. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what can you do with corned beef hash enhancing the picture? I don't know. And you can see the potatoes in it. It's potatoes, right? And then it's the meat, the beef, corned beef. It's really easy to eat. I love it. I don't think my camera is centered properly. That's going to have to do for this time. I remember Mom used to fix this fairly frequently for us, maybe once a month or so. And we all loved it, and it was easy to fix for her. Especially if it was a cold, dark-looking kind of rainy day in the winter, and we looked forward to it. This is really irritating me. I need to make that better next time. Oh no, come on. No. I'm trying to keep this video from not being as long as the last two or three that went like a half an hour. I'm even over a half an hour. So I did a poll in the last few days and asked people what what they preferred most, the reply to the comments part of the video, or did they like the part where I called it a rant, but you know, it's really not much of a rant, because I don't really rant that much. At least not on camera. And I like the ranting, the chapter 3 best. And then second was the reply to comments. And I think the poll asked, which would you rather see more of? And the third, the least part, was the videos. I mean the food videos. Of course, that's the main part. I think I worded the poll such that, which would you rather see more of? And it's kind of understood that the food part of the video is the main part. This is so good. Not very healthy, but something that's very good especially on a cold day. I can't remember which kind of corned beef we got when I was little, what the brand was. This is Mary Kitchen. That's MaryKitchen. Let's have a little bit more before it gets cool. I don't know what else I'll have for supper. Some fruit, of course. Maybe some of the Catalina cereal that I've made several videos about, the different kinds. But definitely fruit. We have some greens left too from lunch. I brought them from a place I went for lunch. It was 4 vegetables for $13. And the tea was supposed to be about $3.50. But the waitress she didn't even charge me for the drink. I don't know why. Seems like the restaurants give me a break. Maybe they think I'm feeble or something. Okay, maybe a little bit. I'm older and skinny, underweight. That's all I can guess. Why do you think they give me a break? Any ideas? It doesn't happen all the time. It happens between occasionally and a little bit frequently. I know what I forgot to put. The pepper. I forgot to put the pepper. My gosh. Okay, stop the video. Stop the show. So anyway, about 16% of you were happy. Just want to see like 16% more of the food videos, and 55% wanted to see more of the ranting part, so-called rant, the chapter 3, and 29%, something like that, wanted to see more of the comments. For the first time, that people have gotten upset about the rent, especially, well, just one or two people. The Social Security, anyway. What I said was correct. Okay, how long have I been on the video? About 11 minutes. Wow. Let's do the can presentation. This package here, Mary Kitchen corned beef hash by Hormel. Home style. America's #1 selling hash. At least talking about the food, that hash. Nutrition facts. Okay, here's, cover your ears, because it's not good news. And this is, each can is supposed to include 2 servings. So that'd be about 1 serving there, and then 1 more. So I had about 1 serving, but really it takes a whole can, I think, to be like, 1 whole can here should be 1 serving. But again, they call things more than they really are. They say something is 2 or 3 servings when really it's what one person, at least one American, would have as 1 serving. Here's the nutrition facts. I'll let you see it up close if you want to. Yeah. Okay. So about 50% saturated fat in each serving. So a can will be 100% of your daily saturated fat. A serving is also 20% cholesterol. And it doesn't have hardly any sugar at all. That's one really great thing. That's the main points of it. If you 10% iron, that's good. So you put the hash evenly in the skillet, and you fry it on both sides until it's kind of brown. Well, I couldn't get mine brown, too bad. And then enjoy it on top, or top it with an egg. Now, this is an egg-free channel. We're not going to do that. And that's pretty much it. It's really kind of a simple can here. It cost maybe about $3, I guess. So just 1 serving was about $1.50. That's all it cost me. Of course, you need to have something else. This is not very filling, just 1 serving. Maybe you should have 2, the whole can, if you want. No judgment. Okay, here are our comments now. This is from Taldim. I'm greatly enjoying the longer format and the various topics you cover within your content. I usually like to listen to your videos while I'm watering my flowers in the evening. That is so nice. So somebody listens to my videos while they're working outside. And the other part of the poll was, did anybody mind me including their name when I'm talking about these comments? So only 3% didn't really want me to use their name. So what I did was, that's only 3 of 100, I don't know what people. So I only used part of the name on everybody. Here's Master Flex, says, the Utz cheese balls are dangerous to have in the house because they make such great snacks. LOL. Well, I don't know if I want to try them or not if they're that addictive. Would you consider doing a company call in one of the food reviews again? Those were always enjoyable. Yeah, but I always felt like maybe I was, bushwhacking or taking them by surprise, whatever the word is, talking to the company rep. I told them that they were being recorded, but I don't know that I'll do that again. And here is Yi Song. I know it's not good for you to eat too much salty, crisp chips, but it is really relaxing ASMR. Yeah, I know it is. The salt is okay for me because I have a condition where I have low sodium. Sugar is the bad thing for me. And of course, saturated fat is not too good for most of us, but I do need some fat too. And they go on to say, we have the opposite problems. I'm good at dealing with sugar. So everybody has some kind of vice. Like the Allman Brothers song from the 70s, Not My Cross to Bear. Well, everybody has a different cross to bear. And here's from Ace. This is about the Utz potato chips from Pennsylvania. There's a Pennsylvania brand called Middlesworth and Hartley's. He says, Utz is hard to pronounce, so Googling it will help, and that's what I did. I should have done that before the video. But I still think Utz sounds better than Utz. And he tells me how to pronounce it here. So anyway, these two kinds of chips, they're only in Pennsylvania. So you have to buy them there, or maybe online. I'd like to try those. Here's from Martin. Can I ask why you need more protein, Trip? I've studied dietetics and nutrition, recently into natural medicine for many years. Well, everybody says you need protein, and my doctors, it's all 2 or 3 of them, from when I got sick a couple years ago, told me I needed more protein. I needed, mainly for my bones, I guess, and also to try to put on some more weight, not lose the weight that I have, because I lost so much when I was sick. Here's Andrew. Did you take down your live streams? Yes, I did, and I love some of them, but I tried to make the channel simpler, and I thought the live streams might even interfere with the what do you call it? The analytics, the algorithm. So apparently, though, it didn't really help me because my channel hasn't hardly grown at all in a year. And by the way, you'll notice I don't ask you to subscribe, like, comment, or ring the bell anymore. I just quit that. I just gave up with it. Here is Fem Pute. I have no preference between replies or rants. I just love your talking. And of course, she was talking about the poll that I did about the the replies and the so-called rants. And here's the last one from MWM. Oh yeah, he said something about, he called me UNC, UNC. So people think I know all these words, but all of you have taught me a lot of words. But it'd be nice if when you say something, if it's not a common word, a common term, then you could explain it. It says, I looked it up and it means if a young person calls you this, it likely means that in their eyes, you're either getting a little old, acting older than you are, or you're generally a bit out of touch with modern trends. Okay, and I'll leave that there. I want to know what you think about this. I'm not going to talk so much. I'm going to go through this as quick as I can. It's about the historic decline in birth rates. The fertility rate is now at a record low. The rates have been falling for decades now, and recent CDC data confirms the trend is continuing. So why are people having fewer children? Well, financial reasons, rising housing costs, expensive child care, higher health care expenses, yeah, for sure, student loan debt, yeah, and other financial obligations. And people are delaying having families because they're marrying later. They're delaying parenthood. They're afraid to take that step, and even in buying a home is getting harder. They're trying to do more about their education and develop their careers. I know it's challenging. There's more emphasis on personal freedom, personal freedom. I've got to do it for myself. I don't have time for a child. Travel and lifestyle goals, preference to smaller families, or even just staying child-free. Economic uncertainty. Inflation is so high. It has been for years. The job market is kind of unstable. The fear of future financial hardship. One good thing within a bad trend is that teen birth rates have fallen dramatically. What does this mean in the long term? Fewer workers entering the labor force, potential labor shortages in key industries, slower economic growth, and reduced consumer demand. When consumer demand is what drives the economy. Although the government has been picking up the slack, that's why we're in debt so bad as a nation. Pressure on social programs means that there'll be an increased strain on Social Security. There won't be as many workers to support the older people. A greater burden on Medicare and health care systems. A larger percentage of retirees and fewer workers supporting older generations. So I'm not reading you so much as my opinion. I'm just reading you facts there. I'd like to see what you think about all of this. So let me know in the comments. I like to discuss more of these kind of things that are important. So let's see how it goes. And thank you for joining me today with our delicious little hash here. And we'll chat later.